Welcome back to Cosmic Compass, where we explore the stories written in the stars. Today, we're diving into a cosmic controversy, the tale of Pluto, once celebrated as the ninth planet of our solar system, and later stripped of its planetary crown. Why was Pluto reclassified? And what does its journey tell us about how science evolves? Let's travel through history from ancient stargazers to modern astronomers and uncover how the number of planets has shifted over time and why Pluto's fate was never as simple as it first seemed. Throughout history, the number of planets in our solar system has not been fixed. It has risen and fallen not because worlds have magically appeared or vanished, but because our knowledge and our definitions have evolved. Let's take a step back in time. Since antiquity, observers with only their eyes could see 5 wandering lights beyond Earth, Mercury, Venus, Mars, Jupiter and Saturn. These planets stood apart from the steady stars, moving across the sky night after night. The ancient Greeks even added the sun and the moon to this list, though that idea never became widely accepted. Centuries later, in the late 1700s, a revolution took place. Uranus was discovered, the first planet found with a telescope. For the first time, humanity realized there could be worlds far beyond the 5 visible to the naked eye. Imagine the shock of learning that our solar system was not as small as we once thought. After Uranus, astronomers began finding even more objects: Ceres, Vesta, Pallas, and Juno. At the time, all of them were called planets, and textbooks in the early 1800s proudly listed them alongside the others. Then came Neptune, discovered in the mid-1800s, expanding our cosmic family further. For a while it seemed as though planets were everywhere, but soon a problem emerged. By the 1860s, astronomers had found over 100 of these so-called planets crowding the list. They needed a new category. These bodies were eventually recognized as something different: asteroids. They looked like stars in telescopes, but unlike stars, they drifted across the sky. And just like that, a whole class of planets was demoted. If you think Pluto has been treated unfairly, remember this. Even Ceres, once celebrated as a planet, was reclassified as just another asteroid. Astronomy has never been sentimental. Then came 1930. Clyde Tombaugh, working at Lowell Observatory, discovered a faint moving dot, Pluto. Excitement spread quickly. A new planet had been found farther than Neptune, smaller but mysterious. Pluto was welcomed as the 9th planet, and for decades it held a place of honor in classrooms and imaginations alike. But Pluto did not behave like the others. Its orbit was tilted at an angle to the solar system and stretched so far into an ellipse that sometimes Pluto came closer to the Sun than Neptune. Still, its uniqueness made it intriguing rather than disqualified. That changed in the 1970s when astronomers realized Pluto was far tinier than expected, only 1/6 the mass of our moon. Trouble deepened in the 1990s as telescopes became more powerful. Other icy worlds, some nearly as large as Pluto, were being discovered beyond Neptune. Just as Ceres had been swept into the asteroid belt, Pluto was now part of a new realm, the Kuiper Belt, a vast collection of frozen bodies orbiting in the outer reaches of the solar system. And the discoveries kept coming: Eris, Sedna, Haumea, Makemake, and countless others. If Pluto was a planet, then so were many of these. Clearly something had to change. In 2006, the International Astronomical Union gathered to settle the matter. For the first time in history, they formally defined what makes a planet. According to their decision, a planet must orbit the Sun, have enough mass for its gravity to pull it into a nearly round shape, and clear its orbital neighbourhood of other objects. Pluto met the first 2 conditions, but not the third. Sharing space with countless Kuiper Belt objects, it had not cleared its orbit, and so Pluto was reclassified as a dwarf planet. Many people saw this as a demotion, even a betrayal. After all, generations had grown up calling Pluto the 9th planet. But in truth, this was not the end of Pluto's story. Instead, it was the beginning of something new, the recognition of an entire category of celestial bodies waiting to be studied. And there was even a silver lining. Remember Ceres, the so-called asteroid under the new system? It too was promoted to dwarf planet status, joining Pluto in a family of small but fascinating worlds. So should we mourn Pluto's change of status? Perhaps not. Because every time we refine our definitions, we gain a clearer picture of the cosmos. Pluto is still out there, icy and distant, orbiting the sun as it always has. It may not be called a planet anymore, but it remains one of the most intriguing places in our solar system. A reminder that science is never static, and that discovery often means rewriting what we thought we knew. Let's not see Pluto's story as a loss, but as an invitation. An invitation to keep exploring, to find new worlds, and to wonder what surprises still lie beyond the edge of the solar system. Pluto's story reminds us that science is not about holding on to old ideas, but about updating our understanding as new evidence emerges. It may no longer carry the title of planet, but Pluto still holds mysteries that continue to inspire missions, discoveries, and imagination. If you enjoyed this journey, let's keep exploring together. Check out our other episodes on Cosmic Compass, where we uncover the wonders of space and the hidden stories of our universe. Don't forget to subscribe, share, and let us know. Do you still think of Pluto as the 9th planet? Until next time, let's keep our eyes on the cosmos.